Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Athletics and Recreation Center for this week's installment of Noah Gael. I'm joined by Queen's men's hockey defenseman Chris Van Laren, and Chris is a third-year art student from Kingston, Ontario, graduated from the GK program here in Kingston, and before joining Queen's, played his junior hockey for the OHL's Guelph Storm. So, Chris, you guys head into Thursday night's Carr-Harris game with RMC, looking for your 17th victory of the season, which would be a season high for Queen's, for the men's team for in quite some time. How have you guys been able to generate success this season, and how does it feel to sort of be a part of the resurgence here for the Queen's men's program?
I think it started early. It started in the summer. It started with great recruiting by our coaches, and it started by pulling in a number one grade A goalie in Kevin Bailey. Can't say how instrumental that guy's been for us this year. It's an added boost of confidence every time you can play in front of a kid like that, and especially Chris Clark too. He's a great goalie too, and when we've called on him, he's shut the door for us. I think as a program, it's just been a great year for Queens as a whole. It's sort of put us on the map a little bit, so to speak, and breaking through into those top 10 rankings, something that was a goal of ours in early September. But absolutely, it's a nice feeling to be a part of a winning organization, a winning team, and going after 17 wins is something that Queens, like you said, hasn't done in quite some time. So if we had a chance to be a part of that, I think it'd be a pretty special thing.
And you had the opportunity to play in the OHL before you came to Queens. You played in Sudbury, you played in Guelph, you played in Niagara, and you had the opportunity to play with some special talents in the form of Alex Pietrangelo, Marcus Foligno, and Peter Holland. Are there any one of those three guys or anyone that you played with or against that sort of stands out to you as being a special talent?
Yeah, absolutely. You mentioned it. Those three guys are obviously marquee players and making a pretty good name for themselves on the NHL stage right now. I was fortunate enough to play in the OHL, like you pointed out, for four great years, and it's an experience that I'll have and I'll be able to cherish for the rest of my life. Being able to live and work with those guys day in and day out, it's a recipe for success. And I think that a lot of the lessons that I've brought and some of the key teaching points that I bring to the Queen's Gaels, I do attribute to some of those guys. It's just a pro mentality, and it's something that we're trying to build here at Queen's University.
So your team has been able to generate success at both ends of the ice, but in particular defensively. You guys lead the CIS in goaltender save percentage, the number of penalties conceived, and the number of shorthanded goals conceived, and are second in terms of goals against average this season. What do those stats reflect in terms of your team's discipline and your ability to shut down your opponents offensively?
I think it helps immensely. It comes from the goalie out again. I've already mentioned Kevin Bailey and how instrumental he's been for us this year, but it also stems from six defense playing a structured game for 60 minutes, and it's one of those things where we want to take pride in our defensive zone, and that's only building our offense and generating chances. It's a lot easier to play when you only have to score 2 goals opposed to 4, so any job we can do on the back end on minimizing goals is obviously a credit to us and a feather in our cap, and something that we do take a lot of pride in. And like some of the numbers you just mentioned, it's by committee. It really is. There's no one guy. There's no secret formula. It's just the group of guys we have in that locker room right now, and everybody pulling on the same end.
And lastly, Chris, you guys head into tomorrow night's contest with the RMC Paladins for the Carr-Harris Cup game in what is hockey's oldest rivalry. What does that game mean to you guys as a program, and what do you have to do to get ready for them tomorrow night?
I think it's a game where we've been preparing for it since September 1st. It's one of those games you mark on your calendar, and it's one of those games that if you can't get up to play, then you shouldn't probably be playing hockey, because it draws a lot of attention and a lot of school support, and the bands come out and the fans come out, and it's just one of those fun games to be a part of. It really is. But at the end of the day, and after the puck drops, it's just another game for the Queen's Gaels, and it's just another game we need to win in order to finish first place. And that's really where our focus is. I mean, Thursday night is going to be great. It's going to be fun, but we do want to finish first place, and we do have a job to do, and it's mandatory for our success to get that win.
Thanks, Chris. Good luck tomorrow.
Thanks.
For Chris Van Laren and the Queen's men's hockey team, I'm Kyle Compo for GoGaelsGo.com. Join us tomorrow night at the Kingston K-Rock Center. Puck drop scheduled for 7:30 p.m. for the 28th Carr-Harris Cup.